Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jonathan Bailey here, and today I want to present something that I'm really excited about here today, and that is called Value Training Webinars. Now, this is something that I came up here with maybe about a week ago. You know, there's so many problems that are out there, and I wanted to focus in on the five major ones, and that is team duplication, how to generate leads to your website or to your blog, how to upsell, how to close, and how to not harass your friends and family. So what I decided to do is to do a 15-day value-based webinar here for you guys. I'm not trying to pitch you anything. I just want to give a lot of value out to you. So one of the ways that I found out by doing it is by doing a lot of the research and by my experiences and then presenting it to you. Like, so today I am going to talk about 40 different ways for you to generate leads. So that's what I would like to do. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm starting to see people jump online right now. So if you can, go ahead and jump online. Can you go ahead and mute yourself? If you are watching this on YouTube, I appreciate you guys from watching this. Or if you're watching this on the replay, I appreciate you guys as well. But let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so you should be able to see my screen right here. And today I'm going to talk about 40 different ways to generate leads. Now, if you have any questions for me, go ahead and you can put it in the chat box. I'll try to get to them at the very end. Or you can private message me on Facebook at John Bailey Going Places. You can Skype me at jonathan.bailey793. So yeah, anyways you can get a hold of me, you want to go ahead and do that. I'll answer all of your questions as much as possible. And I'm here just to give value, and that's it here. So let's go ahead and start right into it. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. So I grew up just south of Seattle, Washington, in a small little town called Spanaway, which is just south of Tacoma. Ever since the age of, I would say, about 12, that I've always wanted to be my own boss. I remember I remember my dad coming home one day, and I was about 12, 13 years old, and he just looks exhausted. I mean, my dad is 79 years old and still works for the same company after like 58 years. He's refused to retire, and I don't want to be in my 70s or even 60s still working for somebody else. So I decided to be my own boss, but that didn't happen until a short time ago. But right after like junior high and high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So my godmother convinced me / told me to get my certified nursing assistant license. So I was a certified nurse assistant for 10 years. And then I got into a car accident where I couldn't do that anymore. And so I became a medical billing specialist for the last 5 years. In 2012, I had a little money from the car accident, and I decided to start a t-shirt company called Bearwear UT. Now that is a funny name, but I mean, it was just something I just randomly came up with. And after about 90 days, it actually failed, and it was very difficult for me because I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I thought like this was the end all. I thought like once I started this t-shirt company, it was going to blow up, and then all of a sudden it was just going to be, you know, I'm going to make millions of dollars. But, you know, unfortunately it didn't happen. And now I know why. Excuse me. Now I know why is because I didn't have certain things in place. You know, and then finally in 2014, I started looking at other companies to invest in. And I lived in Utah for a while, for about 9 years or so. And in Utah, it gets really hot. And so I was looking at anything from ice chips to ice cream to weddings to, you know, just anything I can, you know, invest in to really make me some money. And I really didn't find anything. And then at the beginning of 2015, I found my online career through some free strategies through a local newspaper that I went to. And I remember it like yesterday because it was a week before the Super Bowl. And I was really antsy about it because I really wanted to make money quickly. But my sponsor was like, hey, chill out, relax. So that's how I, you know, really remember it here. So some of the things that I've been able to do is generate up to 124 leads in 3 days. I've had over $250 days. About every 90 days, I travel to a different location. Recently, in October, I went to Orlando, Florida. And then time before that, I went to Nashville and Las Vegas. And it's really cool. I've only been doing this for about 15 months, and it's really cool that I get to travel every 90 days to really just see a different part of the country. So I think that's really cool. I had up to 3 sales in a day, and I've always been away from my computer when those automatic sales came in. And that's like one of the best feelings that you can ever have. One day I had it when I was cleaning my apartment. I mean, there's no better feeling than cleaning and then getting sales as well. I spent over $12,000 on personal development in a year. This is true. I truly believe in what I'm doing. I know for a fact what I'm doing can help people a lot. So, I truly will invest in myself. So therefore, I will continue to do what I need to do. Anybody who invests anything in themselves is somebody that you really want to lock arms with, because that's just not saying that I'm just going to do something. They're actually putting money in and actually showing you by actions, by certain things that they do, that they're willing to do what it takes to win and be successful. And that is me 100%. I've also learned how to recruit without being rejected ever. There's a special formula in one of my presentations that I'm going to go over the basic things of what to say, what not to say, how to be congruent throughout your whole messages so you are able to recruit without ever being rejected. And then be in business for myself, but not in for myself, which I love, because one of the things for my t-shirt company is I realized that I thought I had to do everything, but now I realize that I can outsource, or I can have teammates help me, but still be in business for myself, which is really cool. And I am part of a team who wants to free 100 families a year, which is profound, which I love the vision of our team. It's called Prosperity Alliance, and it is just amazing. We have amazing leaders there. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So, I mean, that is just awesome. So let's go ahead and get started in 40 different ways you can generate leads here. If you do have any questions, I'm going to kind of wait until the very end here, and then I'll kind of give a Q&A if there is any. If not, then that's okay. You can private message me. You can get a hold of me, and I can answer all of your questions. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. All right, so one of the ways that you can generate leads is by giving something away. It's pretty much like a give and take type of ordeal. You can do an ebook, a PDF, how-to strategies, and I spelled strategies wrong, and I will correct that. You can do your coaching or your mentor, but a lot of people is not going to give you information unless you give them something. Like I have a free ebook called 10 Ways to Jumpstart Your Mind for Success that I give away for free if somebody is willing to give me their email address. And that's a good way to just generate something. A lot of people in the industry call this a lead magnet. And you want to have a lead magnet. Every successful person that you talk to has a lead magnet. I've never seen a successful person who doesn't. So that's just one of the ways. Warm market referrals. Warm market is somebody that you know. It can be a family friend. It could be a Facebook friend. It could be a coworker. It could be, your local mailman, or even people at your church. Whoever you know locally, whether it's a clerk at a grocery store, or whether it's if you live in Oregon, maybe the person that comes and pumps your gas. If you know anybody by like their first name, or you have any type of contact, those are your warm market, and you want to talk to those type of people. Another way to generate leads is by header link at the top of the menu. Now, a lot of people are not aware of this really, but you can actually take one of your headlines and you can implement a capture page onto that. So when they click on that, it's going to pop up a capture page and say, hey, enter your email address. You can do it on the home button. You can do it on the resource, the contact me, and even the menus button. And it has worked. So this is just another way for you to generate leads. Another way is floating in opt-in form. These are pretty much after about 5 to 10 seconds you're on somebody's page. all of a sudden these, like, let's just say, for instance, Facebook is your website that you're on right now. All of a sudden, you're going to get something that's going to float in like this, says sign up below, right on the front page of your website. So that is what a float-in opt-in form is. And these are very valuable. These really do work for a lot of people. I personally don't use it. Mine's on the side, but I've seen a lot of people go ahead and have the float-in one. Another one is called heat map. This is to show where people are clicking on your website and your blog. This is for somebody who's really analytical and really wants to know the statistics of where everybody clicks on their stuff. So a heat map kind of looks like this. This is Google, and everywhere you see the red or the orange or the yellow is really where people click the most. And based off of this, you're able to actually move everything over so your header is there, or where your most valuable content is in these areas, so people will click on it. So this is something for someone who's analytical, that really understands and really wants to know where people's clicking on their stuff. I've seen people use this. I've heard a lot of stories that when people do it, it makes their revenue go up, or the ROI go up as well. Another thing is you want to have clippable images as well. So this right here is actually in a $2.7 million home. So almost every Sunday or throughout the week, I go to a lot of open houses, $1 million home houses, and I just like to see what's in there. I like to be around that vibration. And one of the cool things is this is actually a real kitchen. Yeah, this is actually a real kitchen into a $2.7 million home, and this is an old school wood fire stove. And I send this out to my list, and people click on it quite often because they want to know what it's about. And then I send them to the video of the house that I was in. You know, so this is a good way of generating any type of leads or anything. You can change that to a capture page if you like. You can redirect them to pretty much anything you want, a YouTube video like I did with this one, a blog, it could be a Facebook post, pretty much anything. So, I mean, you definitely want to use that as a base of generating leads. And a welcome gate. So if you're not too familiar what a welcome gate is, it's pretty much as soon as you log in, there's a pop-up that comes up. It just stays right there until you hit exit. A lot of times you can see it on blog posts. Facebook sometimes has it, depending on how you set it up. Any social media sites, but a lot of people have it on their website. So if you're selling something, whether it's coaching, mentor, they have this that will pop up, say, hey, put your information in for this free ebook or PDF or something like that. And that's a good way from generating different type of leads. Now, business board on supposed to be crock boards. Well, no, I spelled that right. Crock boards. Well, here's a way that you can do it. You can go to your local car wash. You can go to dive bar, massage parlors, grocery stores, clubs, bars. You can go there and actually take their information off of there, and you can actually give them a call, because 9 times out of 10, anybody who leaves a card like this is more of a commission-based type of a person. And so those are people right up your alley, because online marketing is nothing but a commission base. And maybe you can solve some of their problems. Maybe they don't have a central hub, and maybe you can offer them a blog. Or maybe they want to grow their business but don't know how to have team duplication. With my company, we have training on how to team duplicate. Maybe you can offer them that product for them to help us. So it doesn't need to, they don't really need to join your team. You just need to help solve their problems, and that's one of the ways that you can do that. Another one way is a run a giveaway contest. This is something that I've seen a lot of people do. They have anything from, you know, money or a free hour of coaching. And, you know, I love martial arts, so I put ninja knives in there. I mean, I was with my team, Prosperity Alliance, and I actually won 25 bucks. They were doing a contest giveaway, and I won 25 bucks. And it was really cool, because all I did is just do whatever I was supposed to do, and they picked my name. And so this is one of the ways that you can do it. You can say, hey, if you give me your email address, I'll put you in a contest, and whatever name I pick, you know, I'll send you 10 bucks, 15 bucks, or an hour coaching for free, or something like that to entice people. You want to entice people as much as possible when you do that here. And another way that you can generate leads is called banner images. And this is a perfect example. If you go to pizzahut.com, you're going to see these everywhere. It's probably making you hungry right now because it's kind of making me hungry as well. But this is a perfect example of what that is, because it's giving you an image of what it is. It's giving you a urgency with the Monday through Thursday only, and it's giving you a order now. So it's giving you an urgency. So it's pretty much giving you a call to actions, and it's usually on like the side of the page or the top of the page that you're really going to see these. They're not going to be in the middle. Sometimes they will pop up sometimes, but the majority of the time they're actually on the right-hand side. So you also want to have clickable text. This is very important, especially if you do email. You want to have people click your stuff, because when you click your stuff, you're supposed to have a tracking device on there. And so you want to know where all your data is coming from. You want to know what works and what didn't work. And so you want to make sure that you have it on everything. Like I have mine on valuetrainingwebinars.com. You want to put it on your Facebook. You want to put it on YouTube or Yahoo, Skype, YouTube, anything that you are promoting with the link. You want to make sure that it's clickable as well. And just as a bonus, and I'm just going to share it, you want something to track it. So you want to go to Bentley or Magic Mike or Magic Key. You know, you want to be able to track everything that you do, because you want to collect the data. You don't want to just be shooting in the dark with your stuff. You want to collect as much data as possible. And another thing is specific list in autoresponders. Now this is pretty cool. So I am with GetResponse, which is, I think, is one of the best autoresponders that is out there. A lot of people have Aweber or Chip Mail or something like that, but I really like GetResponse. One of the ways that I really like it is because you can actually send people directly to your GetResponse. You can just say, it's like mine is jonathan.bailey@getresponse.com. And what will happen is you go up to somebody and you're like, well, I don't have a capture page. You're like, hey, just email me there at jonathan.bailey@getresponse. And then what will happen, GetResponse will actually send an email to them asking them permission for me to have their email address. And it's just another way around a capture page. So if you're talking to somebody face to face, this is just one of the ways that you can do it and not have to worry, you know, about, oh, you know, sign up right here on my cell phone, you know, so I can capture information. Just tell them to send an email to your GetResponse autoresponder. I don't know if all of them have it, but I know that a lot of them do have it. One of the ways that you can do is create a problem-solving course. Now, this is very valuable. Like this one that I'm doing right now is a 15-day solving the 5 major problems. So this would be considered a course. So you want to have anything from boot camps, 3-day video courses, 7-day Facebook training, free member sites, coaching, just whatever you do, you want to make sure that you're solving people's problems, because you don't want to just put something out there and not solve anybody's problem. Like I remember a story where I heard a team member just was telling people about his past, but he wasn't really solving any problems, and not a lot of people were engaging with his you know, his ebook. And then he changed it to something that was solving people's problems. I think it was like Twitter or Pinterest or something like that. And he's been getting easily 10 leads a day because he's solving people's problems with it. So whatever you do, just make sure you're solving somebody's problem when you create a course. I forgot to do that. So another way is to make the banner clickable. So a banner can be several different things here. It could be a footer, which is at the very end of the page. It'll have like, hey, click here, and you're able to go to the next side or the next page. Or the side of it, or the side of your website, it will have a lot of information right there. The header, or you can actually have even in the text. You want to make sure everything is clickable, so that way, if somebody clicks on something, they're going to go to your opportunity or go to whatever you want them to see. So you make sure you have the banner clickable, So that way you're able to generate different leads. Network marketing events is very crucial. If you guys don't know who this is, that's Eric Worre. He's on my bucket list to go see an event of his. He's just like amazing. He's awesome. He's taught a lot of people how to market themselves. And if you go to his Google page, or not Google, but YouTube page, it's actually pretty awesome. He really gets in and teaches you what you need to do. And plus, by going to events, you're meeting a lot of people who are like-minded people. And I know I go every 90 days and I meet people who make a lot of money, and it's really cool to sit there and pick their brain for like 5 minutes. I mean, who would have thought that going to an event, you're able to talk to somebody that's able to change your life just by a conversation that you're having with somebody. And this is a real good way of you handing out your business cards and collecting everybody's information, because you never know when you might need some help from that person. And that's just a good way of collecting a lot. And the energy that will be there at every event is something that can never be duplicated through a webinar like this, or over a phone, or even through a text message. There's just something about the energy that just is phenomenal. I'm saying, if you guys haven't been to one yet, I highly suggest it. Go to a local one, wherever is in your local area. You can Google it and really go to one, because you're going to meet a lot of people and you're just going to be like wowed, like I was. Another way for you guys to generate leads is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is really starting to be at the forefront with a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people who uses it. And one of the reasons why that I like LinkedIn and is able to help a lot of people is there's no tire kickers. Everybody on there pretty much already has a job and they're looking for something else. So they're already in the mindset of, I'm looking. So you're not sitting there trying to convince somebody of trying to get there. And their information can be verified by LinkedIn. So their email address, their work history, their telephone number, their referrals. So, I mean, it's really referral friendly, because I have not met a lot of people that have also referred me to like other jobs on my LinkedIn. And I'm like, I don't even really know you, but I can see you're connected to a couple people. And so it's really friendly. So you're able to connect the dots, really. And everybody already has a job. And that's what you want. Because a lot of people that seem to come online, they don't have a job, or they don't want to spend the money to really start a business. But these people already do have it. And this is just a good indicator that, hey, they can spend a couple $100s a month on trying to build something that's going to help them out in the future and teach them a lifelong skill that they're able to teach to their family and teach to, you know, other people they come in contact with. So this right here is kind of a old school marketing thing. Now, my brother's in a traditional multi-level marketing company, and he's actually done this personally. I personally haven't done it, but this is just one way that you're able to generate, you know, additional leads is by it's called drop card marketing. And the purpose of this is, it's on the left, far left, you see the $100 bill, and you put that on the ground face up like that. And when we see a $100 bill, we automatically look at it or automatically pick it up, just because we're like, ooh, that can pay my groceries or pay for gas or pay for something. And then when they flip it over, they realize it's not a $100 bill. They realize it's fake, but they see your email address, they see what you're about, and they see that you're able to, you know, help them out in some way. I mean, my brother told me that he's done it in Barnes and Nobles, bookstores. He went to libraries and put them in certain books, like personal development books or network marketing books or how-to books or nature books or something that's related to his field. Like, he will put drop cards in there, and when somebody scrolls through it, they will actually see the card. And they're like, oh, what's this? This is funny. Oh, I'll take it and look at it. And then they can check out his information doing that way. So I thought that was a pretty cool way on 40 ways to, or different ways to generate leads. You know, another thing is that a lot of people do it is called exit pop. So this right here is something right before you exit out of a website. They will actually have something that just pops up and say, hey, well, before you go, let me offer you this free thing. A lot of them will say yes or no, or just an exit button. I tend to like the ones that give me an option instead of saying you have to click this right now, or you have to stay here right now. And so the exit ones is a good way of capturing people right before they leave. If they didn't put any information or didn't click on anything else, maybe they just read something on your blog and then they exit and you haven't caught their information. So this is a good way of catching it. Another one is by hosting a value-based webinar, kind of like what this one is right here. You can do it on several things. You can do GoToMeeting. That one does cost a little bit. They're not expensive at all. You can go to this one called Zoom. I personally love Zoom personally. I think it's best because it holds everybody in one location, and the connection with the internet is really good with that one. And you can do what I'm doing right now, which is a Google Hangout. So these are all good ones that you can do. You want to do any value-based webinar, you only want to do it when you're solving people's problems. Regardless of what it is, what industry you're in, you want to make sure that you're giving value and solving people's problems, or you're having a coaching call, or you're showing people how to recruit, or you're showing people how to upsell, or how to close people over the phone. You want to make sure that it's value-based every single time. You don't want to get on a webinar and just randomly talk about something that has nothing to do with solving people's problems, because that's just a waste of your time and a waste of people who had actually started watching you. So another way of generating leads is by sending a survey to your list, or send a survey out to the people that you're trying to interact with. That's a good way. I've known people that will take a survey and just put it in a Facebook group and say, hey, can you guys take a quick survey? And he doesn't even know them, but he captures those information, and then he's able to really help them in a way. So you can ask the major problems that people are having. So is it what's keeping people up at night? Is a good way of determining how to create a survey. Are they worried about bills? Are they worried about enough money? Are they worried about rent? Are they worried about they just got yelled at work and they might get fired? Are they in a transition? Are they underpaid? Like, a lot of these things can really help you out. And you can also ask, like, what's their marketing advertisement budget? Because a lot of people who do this online thing, they don't have a marketing advertisement budget. And so if you found a way to get instant commissions, you can present that to those people who are looking to get a marketing advertisement budget, because this is a real business and you need one of those. So another way to generate traffic is by paid traffic, or generate leads is by paid traffic. You can do solo ads. So solo ads, if you aren't familiar with that, is you paying somebody a certain amount of clicks to send your information to their email list. So let's say somebody has a list of 10,000 people, and you pay that person $500 for 700 clicks. So they're going to send it to their list, and then their list, if they opt in or not, or stuff like that, is going to respond to your stuff. So it works as well. I've used solo ads. I've done Facebook PPC, which is pay per click. You can do direct mailing. You can do newspaper ads in your local area. You can buy airtime, so like TV time, media buys. You can do radio slots, and you can do YouTube PPC. You can do Twitter PPC. There's so many things that you guys can do to really scale your business. If you really want to scale your business quickly, you want to do paid traffic. If you don't have the money, go ahead and contact me, and I will go ahead and show you how you're able to create instant commission, and then you're able to use paid traffic as well. So go ahead and contact me on my Facebook, or put it in the questions here, and I can go ahead and get you the information, and we just kind of go from there. So another way that you can do it is just simply just ask for the email address. I mean, especially if you know that person, all you need to do is just say, hey, instead of giving me your email, or instead of giving me your phone number, just, hey, let me get your email address. I want to send you some information, and also send you a free ebook or a free PDF or a free strategies on how to do something. And a lot of people, when you talk to them and you're like, hey, I can give you these 3 things or this 1 thing for it, they're most likely going to say, okay, that's cool. I don't see any problems with it. And so that's just one way to do it, is just by blatantly asking for their email address. Another way is by commission-based companies. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about when I say, how am I supposed to generate leads from a commission-based companies? Aren't they doing the same thing? Yes, but in reality, everything that we do, every transaction that happens is a commission-based in one way or one form of a way. So some of the things that you can do is target real estate or real estate companies, other online marketers, shoe salesmen or women, contractors, car dealerships. All of these people are commission based. So if you can't find anything on social media, you have real estate in your local area, you can go to like out where I'm at, you can go to a JC Penney's, and those shoes people, the shoesmen, suitsmen, are all commission based. And so that's just one of the ways you can go and see if they keeping their options open. You don't have to buy anything, but you can go there and just see. And a lot of contractors are all commission based, for a certain amount of time, and then they're out of work. And so during that time, maybe you catch somebody who is really looking for another type of automatic system, which is the same system that I'm currently using that will help generate sales and leads and, getting people into my list. Maybe you can do that. Maybe you could find one of those, or a car dealerships. All of those people are commission based as well. Another way, which is an old school way, is called toll booth. And a lot of people actually still have these in their areas. Like in Seattle, Washington, where I'm at, we have them, and it's a hassle. But, I've heard many stories of how people will pay for the car behind them and then tell the agent, hey, can you give my business card to that person behind me, or this CD, or, just something of value. And I've heard great stories of people, joining other people because they did that, because it wasn't expected. It was just out of the goodness of their heart, and, they just go with it. And so this is one way that you can generate it. So maybe you have a business card. Next time you're at a toll booth, tell the agent to go ahead and give it to the car behind them, free of charge, and just kind of go from there. Another one is real estate catalog. And this is for when you drive around and when you see the for sale signs and it has a person's name on it, that is a real estate catalog. You want to look for signs and the numbers and just call them and just say, hey, I have an opportunity. Are you keeping your options open? And if they say yes, cool. And then you can kind of talk to them over the phone. But you want to get people over the phone, on Skype. You want to get them off of there and talk to you so you can connect them to their dreams and to their visions and find out to see if they even have a problem. So by calling them and asking them, it's a good way. And you can ask for a referral. You can simply say, hey, well, maybe this isn't for you, but do you know anybody who is underpaid or overworked at their job and looking for additional income? And a lot of times they will say, well, yeah, me, or no, but I know this person is. And you can do the same thing at your clerks, grocery stores as well. So another way of generating leads is by closed advertising. I mean, you can do simple things like this, and this is a great way of actually breaking the ice with people. When they see your shirt or your hat or your hoodie or your button pins, just something that will make them ask a question or break that ice is good advertisement. So if you really want to help break your, ice with people when you go out, have a shirt, have a hat, have a jacket of something that's going to make somebody ask you a question. Like, oh, like this one is a perfect example. It's like, resemble Pac-Man, or does it not resemble Pac-Man? I mean, depending, it looks like a pie. It can be a yellow cream pie to me, or it could look like a Pac-Man. So it's just another way of breaking the ice. And I think that's a good representation of closing advertising right there. And a banner sign. A lot of people aren't familiar with this, but this is kind of like what a banner sign is. attention homeowners, I will pay for housing and can close in 7 days. It's just kind of marketing off of somebody else's. It's a lot of people who need fast cash, and they're all commission based. And so maybe you want to contact that person and say, hey, I'm not looking for a house, but I can help you get additional money to keep your business up and running and keep your marketing and advertisement budget going. So that's a good ways. And a lot of people who deal with this type of things, they have a lot of referrals that you actually can ask them, like, hey, maybe you know a homeowner that's looking for additional income, so they can put money down towards a house, or they can put money down towards a closing cost, which will help you in the long run as well. So it's both situations here. Another way of generating leads is car windows and car magnets. Now, this is a perfect example of it. It gets all of the points really quickly, and not to mention it's a tax write-off. It explains your business. Like when somebody puts stuff on cars and windows, I mean, you pretty much have to have it down to a sentence or two, because you want to make sure that everybody who reads it can drive while reading it, you know, going past it, and able to, you know, see your telephone number, email address, what you're about, and just your logo. So this is a good way. And not to mention, you know, it's just a tax write-off because, you know, it's for business expensive. So another way that you can do it to generate leads is by charity events. And charity events are really good because you're all there to help the greater cause of the community or a function. You know, you want to meet people that are just like you. And, you know, finding different business partners at charity events is very likely because everybody is there. Everybody donated something. Everybody feels good about what they're doing. And those are the type of people that you want to be around. You know, you want to meet people that want to serve their community, because at the end of the day, you can make as much money as you want and be a millionaire and a billionaire and be depressed. And there's a lot of millionaires on their fifth marriage because they're not serving other people. They're only serving themselves. And so this is a great way of serving other people, is by doing charity events. Another one, a great way of generating leads, is by trade booth renters. Now, if you've ever been to a trade show, where you just walk around this big location and there's just miles and miles of people with different opportunities, take their business card and follow up with them to see if they really want, you know, see if they're open to, you know, creating additional income. Because this is a good way of, one, connecting with people, two, networking, three, just collecting the data from different people to see if they're even, you know, in the area of wanting to, you know, change their lives. And you exchange your information, because a lot of times they'd be like, hey, put your information down right here. And so you're exchanging information with somebody that's like-minded, because they're commission-based as well. A lot of people, or a lot of, I guess, renters, like in Seattle, they're all commission-based people. And so that's right up my alley. And they you know, they can talk, they know what they're doing and things like that. So it really can help you out a lot. So another way is car dealerships. They're all commission based. It doesn't matter where you go, they're all commission based. They're really hungry because they understand that if they don't make a sale, or if they don't really help people, then they don't eat. And so they're a little bit more aggressive. They follow more rather than ask questions, you know, things like that. And it really can help you. And they know a lot of people. I mean, I met this person, and she just knew everybody that I needed to talk to, you know, make my car payment. And, you know, from there, from the bank, from that individual at the bank that she only talks to, you know, the processing people, to just everybody. She just knew everybody. So they are very knowledgeable and networking people. And a lot of them will go above and beyond what they are doing to really help someone and to serve that person. And another way that you can do is restaurant owners. Have a like business meeting type of ordeal, and just go to the restaurant owner and say, hey, you know, I'm having like a party here or a family gathering, and I would like to have it here. So let's exchange information and let's keep talking back and forth. And then you can kind of see if that owner has a problem, or see if you can help him. Like maybe he needs more marketing. Maybe he's a small business owner and he can use it. And maybe you guys can work out a deal where both of you guys are helping each other out or something like that. So this is a good way to actually, generate leads. It's by doing that. And another way is by parent-kids sporting events, kind of like with baseball. You want to, you're in a great atmosphere. There's a lot of people around. You guys have a lot of stuff in common because you're there, with it. And it's easy to break the ice because you can just talk about whatever's going on there. And most parents spend time with their kids at baseball. And so you find like-minded people who go to work from, let's just say 7 to 3, and then they're with their kids. Then they're at the sporting events for 3 hours. And during that 3 hours, you can get to know somebody. You can see if they have a problem, see what their interests are. So pretty much collect data on everybody at sporting events that you can see if your opportunity even helps. And if so, you'd be like, hey, are you open to opportunity, on the side, that can generate additional money? And then you can kind of show your back office and kind of go in a little bit more detail to see if that's something that they want. Another way is a doctor's office. A lot of doctors work 12, 14, 16-hour days, and they're capped off on their income unless they own the location and own everything in it. But still, that's a lot of headache. I have doctors on my team. I have a really good doctor, a friend doctor, that he just works and works and works and doesn't have anything or doesn't have any time, to live his life. So doctors are stressed, and who doesn't want to make money when they're away from their computer? So this is a good way of going into doctors and just seeing if they're even open to it. You can ask the medical assistant. They're usually our medical assistants, or the clerk at the front desk, if they would, because they're working right along the doctors. 12, when I was going in and out after my car accident, I would see the same medical assistant, and she would work 12, 14-hour days easily. And so I know she would rather be doing something else and getting paid more. So this is a good way of just saying, hey, are you open to it? And they always have the doctor's cards on the counters, and so you can send them an email if you don't want to talk to the doctor. One of the ways that you could generate leads is by using YouTube. I mean, YouTube, I love YouTube. That's more of my thing right there. I mean, YouTube has over 1 billion searches per month. It's really easy to navigate. You're finding people at the end of their search. And what I mean by that is, instead of typing how to make money, is how to make money online while at home. So when somebody types that in, you're finding somebody at the end of their search. And I place myself at the end of that search because I want people to already finish and already know what they want. And I just place myself right in front of that. And so people will see my opportunity. And a lot of people who are good marketers or good people actually have their email address in the description box. So you can actually go ahead and contact that person to see if they're even open to any of your opportunities here. So that's just a good way of generating leads, is by doing that. So another way is by small business building. Now this is something that I've used back in 2012. It's this company called Score. And what they're more or less about is they're really helping people, small business owners, how to lay the foundation down. Now, this is something that when I first started out, before I got online and got all the education that I have now, is I didn't know what to do. And so I found this company, and it's actually other business owners that will help you out in what you're looking for. So whether it's how to draft a will, how to draft a contract, who do I need to talk to, an accountant, my taxes, all of this stuff, that they actually have people who are making money and really own their business come in and volunteer their time to this company. And so I know this company is United statewide, countrywide. I'm not sure if it's overseas. So if you are watching this overseas, I don't know if it's out there, but I do know it's in the United States of America here. So this is a good way that you can also generate leads, because it puts you in contact with other business owners, other people that are trying to do the same thing. I went to a class and there was like 20 other business owners in there, and I got a lot of information from them. So, it's just another way of creating leads. There's another one. This is actually an app called meetup.com. This is what it looks like. And it's really cool though, because just for a couple of dollars a month, you're actually able to launch products and hold meetings on there. You can narrow down your market to exactly what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be a big group. It can be a small group of people that are like-minded with you. So if you want to create leads, you can create this app and people want to join, and then you have access to them. Just like if you create a Facebook group, that are just like-minded people, you have access to all those people. It's the same type of concept, but it's a little bit different. I'm actually in like several different groups on meetup.com, and it really has helped me to meet other people and other business-minded people, other spiritual people, and just it helps me to further my mind and my business itself. And another way that you can find it is by a Craigslist and Backpage, or not Backpack, Backpage. I need to change to that. I just realized that. Backpage is kind of like with Craigslist, but it's a little bit different. And I've used it, and I actually like it a lot. You can post ads for making money online. With Backpage, they're a little more lenient. When you say make money online, they're okay with it a little bit more. You can put additional income. Do you want to fire your boss? Just click the link. All of these things you can put on these to generate leads, and then you can kind of filter them out from there. So that's just one way of generating leads. Another one is Facebook friends. You can go through and really see and talk to your friends, your warm market. You want to ask people, hey, are you looking? Are you underpaid and not appreciated at work? Are you looking for additional income? Are you in a transition? Like all of these things you can ask your friends, and the ones that have a problem are going to say yes, and maybe you're a fit for them. You can go to the groups that are all set up, and you can ask them as well. You can do a local search, and what you typically find is you find people mindset the same way that they post. So if you go down their post and they're all talking about politics and all this, or the latest on reality and what's trending, and not paying attention to personal development, motivation, inspiration, how-tos, things like that, and then you kind of know that there maybe not be a fit for you without even really talking to them. So that's a good way of you to generate leads, is just go by your Facebook friends. All right, so we are at the end of it right here. If you want to go ahead and contact me, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and contact me on Facebook at John Bailey Going Places. You can email me at valuetrainingwebinars@gmail.com. If you want to get a free ebook, it's called 10 Ways to Jumpstart Your Mind for Success. You can go to 10xyoursuccess.com. You can go to my Skype. It's jonathan.bailey@793. And the next presentation is going to be today at 5 o'clock. I'm going to talk about the same thing, but it's going to be at 5 o'clock. I decided to do 2 presentations a day for the next 15 days. And so if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and contact me. And there we go. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and contact me. It doesn't matter how you get a hold of me, all my social media sites, or just online, or call me directly. Just get a hold of me if you have any additional questions. And I appreciate you guys watching this. And check out my next one. It's at 5 o'clock today, and it will be at the same time for the next 2 weeks, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will talk about a different topic every single day. And I appreciate you guys. And yeah, go ahead and check out my stuff. All right, guys. See you later.